One Piece. This is One Piece, chapter 1056, Cross Guild.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah, yo. We get a little cover page. Katakuri's back.
The greatest character ever of One Piece.
He is one of the greatest characters ever. He gets one of
Not
these.
according to Greg. He is de facto number one.
Yeah, a lot of people like to put Katakuri up there. I mean, I like Katakuri a lot. I don't know.
I don't. He annoyed the shit out of me when.
Wow.
I hated Luffy losing to him, man. I hated it so much.
That's a hot take. That's the hot take drop.
What's really a hot take is Katakuri and Magma Heat Man on the same level? Is that what this is implying? I guess it doesn't have to imply that.
I guess he's like one of the older brothers of the Linlin family. He's got the heat fruit. He's got a pretty cool power, to be honest. He's like heats himself up. That's not bad. Anyway, the cover page is them just like attacking the Vinsmoke children. So we'll see how that goes. We haven't seen this cover story in a minute. So.
All four of them are gonna die.
Yeah, they're not particularly like all that strong. I mean, like they've taken down a nation, but who can't at this point in the One Piece universe?
Right. It's funny because we mean that unironically. Like,
yeah,
we're not joking.
Yeah, but in any case, we open the chapter the day after the party in the flower capital is over. And after Green Bull has left after being scared away by Shanks, the Akazaya 9 that fought up against him are kind of recovering right now. Raizo and Shinobu are both raisins in the sun. They're shriveled. They look so funny. They really got dried up. I don't know why, but Shinobu's face especially, because she has like this weird mad face going on. She's just like.
Someone said, "Don't die, Shinobu."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she's trying.
Yeah.
Someone said, "Look how gaunt you are." What?
Yeah.
What does that word mean?
Gaunt. I don't know what it means. Brian, could you look up what gaunt means?
Oh, you're not an English major. I forget.
I'm not an English major.
You're not an English.
I don't know every word.
It's close. You film, bro. You're supposed to be a wordsmith.
You'd be mistaken.
Lean and haggard, especially because of suffering, hunger, or age.
There you go. There you go. There you have it.
Lean and haggard.
Yeah. So there you go. Okay, so yeah, Kinemon is there, and he's apologizing because he wasn't there. He was at Curry at the time, and everybody's like, whatever. We all made it. No sweat off our bones. We all made it out here alive. I'm sure Raizo and them will be okay. It's fine. They ask about Otsuru, who apparently was like, well, I remember. I thought she was like dead, but you know how it is in One Piece. If you don't see them take their last breath, they're alive. Chances are 80%. And Otsuru survived the burning of Okobore town. She has a nasty burn on her face, but she lives. That's Kinemon's wife, for those who don't remember. And
the most traditional Japanese woman.
Yeah, like modeled after, I guess, Japanese paintings of women. There's a couple of characters here who are like modeled after like these old samurai paintings and whatnot. Like Odin is one himself.
Yeah.
So
with the pose and everything, right?
That's this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're simping after each other still. It's kind of cute. Good for them. Raizo is a raisin. He's like, oh, I wish I had a girl.
Nigga, you wish you had some liquids in your body, bro. What is you talking about?
Yeah. And then we cut over to Carrot, who's been called over by Cat Viper and Dogstorm, and they're talking about how they've decided to stay in Wano to serve as samurai for Momonosuke, and they're passing down the torch to Carrot to become the next king of Zou, which is pretty cool. Good for her. And you know,
Random too, but whatevs.
well, she's like kind of taken aback by it too because like there's people who are way stronger than me, and they're like, yeah, but you know, that's why they're guards. You know.
I like how he says, "Of course there are."
Of course there are.
We know you ain't shit.
Yeah,
we know that, Carrot. We know.
it's okay, Carrot. But yeah, you know, I guess you don't technically need to be strong to be like a royal. You know, you just have to have a good head on your shoulders, and Carrot's got a good head on her shoulders. You know, and it's going to be more of a community thing. I think Wanda's going to be kind of an advisor. You know, she's like the main head, it seems, but you know, they're not going to just rely entirely on her. It seems. We then get a scene with Sukiyaki, the grandfather of Momonosuke, the father of Odin. He actually sees his grandkids for the first time in like 20 years. And they have like a little heartfelt reunion. He apologizes to them for like not being around, seeing as how he's an old man, I guess. But you know, everybody's just kind of like taking it in that he's actually alive. I think Kiku knew he was alive. She just said that it would be rude to reveal. Kinemon is surprised, beyond surprised. He's literally like, "Oh shit, he's alive!" And
Someone said, "Who would wear a Tengu mask when there is no festival?"
yeah, that was Kawamatsu. It seemed.
I don't get the reference and the historical implications, so
Yeah,
that would have went right over my head too. I thought people just wore a Tengu mask.
just casually, just wearing a casual tango mask.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Cash Tang.
Cash Tang. Well, you know, you learn something new every day when you read One Piece. Anyway, so you know, he's just like, "Hey, here's the deal. I'm gonna like hang around and teach you guys some things, but after that, I'm just gonna go back to my woods. Don't make me do things anymore. It seems I'd like to retire." And they're like, "Yeah, that's cool. I'm all right." We then cut over to the Straw Hats, who are just kind of chilling, relaxing, getting ready to go. Like before their big journey, they're just hanging out, and they're talking about. Robin actually reveals to them that Pluton is on Wano, and you know, she even asked casually, like, "Luffy, do you want Pluton right now?" And because the implication is if Luffy said yes, they would have gotten up and went to get Pluton immediately.
She would have dragged Frankie's ass down there, like, "Listen, bring your big machine ass out here in your robot, and we're gonna pull this shit up out the ground.
Yeah,
and use it."
Yeah. Luckily for the world, Luffy says no. He's good. He's like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't need a weapon of mass destruction right now. I am the weapon of mass destruction. I'm a god."
He sure is. So Frankie burnt the plans so that the government couldn't rebuild it.
Yeah, because
or whatever else could. No one
Spandam
rebuild
couldn't
it.
get it.
Yes.
Damn.
You remember Spandam?
Oh yeah, he was the dickhead that was like the leader of the CP9, despite being like an evil fuck. You don't remember Spandam? You remember? You'd remember if you saw him. He's the guy with the mask.
He was above Lucci.
Yeah, but he's like a weakling. Like the government put him there.
He was like the director of the CP9 at the time.
He was like Warpole.
Now he's like Lucci's little side bitch. You know, like he just follows him around and does stuff for him.
Oh shit!
I think Lucci is in charge now, from what I understand. But yeah. In any case, he did destroy the plans back in CP9. They caught wind that he had them, so he burnt them. So you know, good for Frankie. Shinobu comes back and she's fully healed and looking way younger after being sucked
less
dry.
ripe.
Yeah, she's less ripe indeed. And you know, it's revealed that Otama is like taking after ninja lessons, so she'll be a ninja. Maybe she'll show up in the final war and fuck shit up. Who knows? One interesting thing that happens is Caribou is glorping around in the background.
The real 11th member.
The true 11th member.
The true 11th member. Y'all know who my vote is for always. Wet hair Caribou.
Yeah, I mean...
He's been here since the fucking beginning of the
time skip. Yeah, but he's been actively trying to fuck over the Straw Hats.
That's all conjecture.
Well, to be fair, who hasn't? Frankie did it at one point. Robin did it at one point.
And look at that. They're both crew members.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not saying it's impossible. But, his loyalty seemed to be someone else because
They're going to need someone to counter red hair.
Well,
Why not wet hair?
He hears that, he hears about the Pluton situation. He's like, whoa, I got to let a certain someone know about this.
Even Oda cannot escape the trope.
No, he has to be that person. This man. Him. I have to let him know. I love it. I mean, what are you going to do? Shonen tropes.
This is what I live for. I wake up every day for that.
Yeah. So days later, Momonosuke, now the Shogun, is walking around. He's adored by all. Wano is kind of normal now. And he's walking around, and he tries to pull up to Zoro, and he tries to ask him to teach him sword fighting. And he runs around the whole palace looking for the Straw Hats. And it's revealed to him that, sorry, bro, they left. They got to get out of here. It's about
without even saying bye to you, bro.
Yeah, it's fine. And speaking of
Bon Kichi.
That being said, we cut over to the Straw Hats, Eustace Kid, and Law, and they're arguing over which direction they're gonna take. Well, first of all, Law is like, leaving on a different day. We're leaving first. And they all got to leave at the same time. They accept that, but then they're like, fine, we have to go different directions from now on because we're not cool. The alliance is done. Yeah, Kid and Luffy both pick the middle one, which would be east, and Law picks the northeast, taking advantage of the fact that Luffy and Eustace Kid are fucking morons that apparently can't navigate, and are like, so
or follow basic cardinal directions.
Yeah, and are just like, yeah, it would have been wise for Luffy to have Nami there, but fuck that, I guess.
Just so we're clear, the Calm Belt is not a safe place.
No, it is the least safe place by
right.
any.
And it is called the Calm Belt because it is very calm on the surface because no one dares.
Yeah.
To venture there.
Yeah.
There's no islands in the Calm Belt itself?
Nope. It's just a stretch.
Well, if there was, people wouldn't know.
Yeah. If there was, people wouldn't venture out too often because there's Neptunians everywhere.
Right.
But
just along that line.
Right. Yeah, just those two lines that serve as metaphorical walls of the Grand Line.
Why, though? I don't want to linger on this too long, but that has to have been done by design,
Maybe.
Because not Shirahoshi herself, but whoever was the previous Neptune probably ordered them to stay like that forever.
It could be. It's entirely
They're dividing the world up on purpose,
Yeah, makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, put that in the theory bank, and maybe we'll be right about that one.
Also, I have one more question before we wrap up this chapter.
Yeah.
Did we know that Pluton was in Wano this whole time?
No.
When Robin found out, did we find out?
Yes.
This is new.
That's when we found out. That's when.
So this was foreshadowed years in advance.
Yes. In theory, the reason
it just so happens that only 2 out of 11 of the fucking crewmates know or care about it.
Yes. Well, they know about it because the whole plan Crocodile had was to unearth Pluton via the poneglyph in Alabasta. Robin lied to him and said that there was no information about the Pluton there, but she knew, she read it, and it was it's in Wano. So she just
So he had no idea. Crocodile
no
had
idea.
Zero.
No idea. No idea. I think I remember that, he knew she was lying to him, but, he can't read it anyway.
What can you do, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't in Alabasta. That's my thing. Even if he knew it was in Wano, how the fuck was he going to get over there anyway?
Well, he'd be king of, he'd be technically, if he was taking over Alabasta, technically he'd be the sovereign king of Alabasta at that point. So he'd have like the
He
force.
still has to get to Wano and go over the waterfall and all of that.
Maybe that's why he wanted an entire military force on his side. The soldiers of Alabasta.
Yeah. Against the Animal Kingdom pirates. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, but he also
I guess that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, he also has to have known at some point that it's on Wano. So it's a moot point anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, all that happens. They choose their destinations. And Luffy and Kid draw straws for the last two. I don't remember where I don't think it says where Kid is going necessarily, but
no, Kid is now going east.
Oh, Kid is going
where
east.
I guess
The middle one.
Now Luffy's gonna go the opposite. He's gonna go towards the fucking.
Yeah, he has to go
belt.
to the southeast.
Oh, those are 3 islands actually. So he has to hit that island. Okay.
Yeah, he's doing the southeast. Law's doing the one in the middle. And
Law's
Law's doing the
a
one
little close to the calm belt.
Yeah, dangerously close. So yeah, then they're arguing. Luffy talks shit about him being, even though I lost, I'm still the Emperor of the Sea, bitch. And he says, but when it comes to Kid says, when it comes to emperors, the one who really makes me mad is him. And it's revealed that Buggy has started the Cross Guild, which is comprised of him on the top, and of course, Crocodile and Dracule Mihawk.
Crocodile.
Oh, Sir Crocodile. I'm sorry. So I gotta look. Brian called this. He did a pretty good job, kind of. But you know who else called it? I gotta give props to our boy Sketchy Mike when he sent us a question weeks back when we first found out about Buggy, and he mentioned that his idea was that like he teamed up with Mihawk specifically. And look who's there. So congratulations. You have defeated me in my prideful knowledge of One Piece. You have a spiritual connection to him that I will never achieve. I hope you're happy with yourself. But
That's so random. But it also, I feel like the idea came from the fact that we knew he was hiring pirates. We knew he had some type of mercenary situation going on.
Yep. So, with this Cross Guild, apparently Buggy has been doing the completely, totally awesome and metal thing of flipping the script on the Navy and putting bounties on the fucking Navy. A little bit of props, a little bit of respect there. That's a pretty rad idea for a pirate to do. So now the Navy has to like watch its back for just regular civilians who might try to kill them. So it's a good way to turn the tables. As to how Buggy was able to secure Mihawk and Crocodile, who knows? I think he probably stumbled into it. There's no way he did it on purpose in a calculated move. Something must have happened. But moving onward, Law leaves Kid with a copy of the Road Poneglyph. And they talk about this thing where I guess they read a little bit of it, and Eustace Kid mentions that like, what you mean finding the man with the burn scar? That's not enough to go on. And Luffy's like, burn scar? What are you talking about? And I think it's implied that Law straight up lied to them.
What was Law lying about?
Whatever this burn scar guy is, I think.
Well, what is he lying about? Like, who is
I
he
feel
just
like
making this guy up or something? Like, what do you mean?
I think that's the implication, isn't it? Because, like, they're reading the thing and they're talking about like finding the man with a burn scar, and Robin seems confused, Luffy's confused, Law's confused, unless like he's lying to the Straw Hats actually. And they mentioned something that like wasn't in their copy of the Road Poneglyph or something. But I don't know. I feel like that was more sinister than it seemed.
I don't think. All right. What I believe is the case is that Law knows exactly who Kid is referencing, even though Kid and Thwacker or Slasher or whatever the fuck his buddy's name is.
Killer.
Yeah. Thanks. Even though you know,
Slash.
they're not really sure. They have a clue, but it seems like Law understands it, or at least he knows it a lot better than they do, and he's keeping quiet because he doesn't, you know, he wants to get a lead
Yeah.
on these guys. I think that's all that was about. I'm surprised Robin doesn't know. I'm a little perturbed about that. She's supposed to know everything.
Yeah, I think like Robin knows something's up because she read it too. She read the poneglyph as well. So
I don't think it has to do with the poneglyph.
Well, Law can't decipher it, so they gave him that copy.
Right. There's nothing
So
on
they
there.
all read the same thing. So I don't know.
I think it has everything to do with him having more of an understanding about who the man with the burned face is.
Well,
Not
Chris
a woman,
kind of
it's not Lady Toki or whatever her name is.
Chris kind of makes sense. Like now I think about it, it kind of makes sense what Chris is saying because Law was the one that gave them the copy. So
Yes, I'm referencing the girl that got a burn off her face from earlier
That's not
in the
Toki.
chat, Chris. That's why you look at me like that.
no, that's not Toki. That's Otsuru.
I fucked her name up, but
Yeah,
you get
all
it.
right.
She
That's
had
why
a
I was
burn off her
confused.
face, though.
what Chris is saying is makes sense because Law could have just wrote something different on Kid's copy of the poneglyph.
But
Yeah.
they're not. They didn't read it. I just don't believe that statement about the burned man has anything to do with what they read. I don't even think they read it yet. I think he just passed them the cloth.
Yeah, I think what you're talking about is more likely is that he knows who the person is and the others don't.
They did start looking at it though.
Yeah. But anyway, the chapter ends with Momonosuke looking for Yamato, and it's revealed that Yamato is on the roof of the palace, and he announces that he's going to go with Luffy and his crew, and he's going to live the same way that Kozuki Oden did. And we may or may not have the 11th member of the Straw Hat crew coming along for the ride. That's where this chapter ends. And let's get into thoughts. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I'm gonna tell you what I thought, bro. So, do you know how long it took for Mr. Fishman Karate Extraordinaire to join the Straw Hats? It took a long time.
This is true. It did take a long time.
You
Yeah,
know,
but-
it didn't.
But Jinbei was
but
busy.
what, Brian?
Jinbei had
but what?
Jinbei had a lot
Yeah,
of
but
shit
what,
to
bro?
do.
Yeah, but what?
You gonna tell me Jinbei was not a busy man every time he was offered to join
Fuck
the
that.
crew?
Listen, bro. Listen.
It's not his fault he has shit to do.
We went through a time skip, and I went through grown shit too in real life. Okay, I went through several actual real life arcs before we was able to get Fishman,
Jinbei?
Blue Boy, Jinbei.
You can't even
on
say his
fucking-
name.
because it took so long. That's my point. That's my point.
Well, to be fair, he was recruited post-time skip, technically.
They better leave Yamato, and she better figure it out. He better figure it out and
No.
make it to them in the next island.
Why?
That's how I feel. Because it's only right.
It's not only right. It doesn't make any sense. You're just mad that it took Jinbei so long to get there for arbitrary reasons. Like, Yamato has nothing holding him back. You just. This is that haterade quirk that you're
It
doing.
was. It's creeping out. It's
Well, how
creeping
come
out.
this character gets to join immediately when it took this one character forever to join? All the other Straw Hats almost joined immediately.
Plus, it's a big deal that Jinbei joined, so it's okay for him to take some time to get in there.
Yeah, but what are your?
I'm the only one that felt some kind of way. There's no way. I
You might-
can't
No,
be
you
it
the
might
only
have
one.
been.
I mean, it would have been cool for him to come earlier, but I mean,
Y'all don't love Jinbei.
I do love Jinbei.
he's here. That's all that matters.
Y'all love Yamato so much more than Jinbei.
I
That
could
is what's
care
being
less.
expressed.
I could care
to me.
less.
I didn't
about
say
Yamato,
I
to be
can
honest.
see through the lines.
You're making things up. You see through the
Okay.
lines and make things up there. But go on. Continue on your thoughts.
I really don't understand why Dracule Mihawk is a part of Buggy's crew. Just don't. I don't know. Bribery, means to an end, boredom. He was pretty bored on that island. Maybe after Zoro left, he said, maybe I want to be out there, you know?
Well, he was on the run from the government. He had to leave. The government was parked outside his house.
I wonder how long he's been a warlord for.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. We know
He's been
nothing-
a warlord since the first time we seen him, right? He was already.
Yeah, he was
already a
already an
warlord
established
first on.
warlord by then.
So he probably never really had a crew. He was probably like a warlord since the start, so he never really needed a crew. He was just fucking
Yeah,
going around doing his thing.
yeah. Mihawk's past would be
What if
interesting.
Moria's a part of their crew, too?
Who?
Moria.
Moria's with Blackbeard.
Oh, but you already said this.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway.
I don't really have too many other. I had a lingering thought, right? What's stopping Shanks or anybody else from going to get the One Piece in Laugh Tale? I know Shanks didn't go to Laugh Tale with Blackbeard, but he knows he should understand the route, right? I mean, the point is to keep moving forward. At some point, these emperors stop moving forward for whatever reason, right?
Yeah. Well,
And it leads me to think that the One Piece it's not about it being some type of treasure. We could all guess that, right? But it just makes me really wonder, what is it truly? Oh, really? What's the obstacle?
yeah.
It's not the government. They're at Marijoa. They're at the middle point. They're behind. Kaido just stopped. He got to Wano and said, "You know what? This is my One Piece.
No.
I'm gonna be the king of this fucking island," and that's
Well,
that.
Wano, Kaido was building up his forces in Wano. That's why he was building the Smile Fruits. That's why he was like basically having a weapons manufacturing there. And he also only had one road poneglyph. Big Mom had the other, and Zoe was the other one was on Zoe. And plus, there's another one that they need to find that's not connected to anybody. So, there are challenges to getting to Raftel in the first place. As far as Shanks, I think he also started to make his move once Luffy's fruit awakened. So I think he needed Luffy to reach that form in order to like make his move finally. That's the implication, I think, at least. But there's like a little obstacles here and there. It's unclear whether Big Mom really wanted the One Piece. I think she mentioned it probably. I think they all wanted it at some point or another. It's just that it's a very hard thing to get there, even if you're an emperor.
Yeah, it's hard for them. I mean, they were at a stalemate. The four emperors were at a stalemate by themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That seems to be the case. But yeah. Any more thoughts?
Nah.
All right. Brian, what did you think?
Brian, any lingering thoughts?
I like this chapter. It is my RGC.
Whoa! Damn, my phone went down. It is indeed Brian's really good chapter of the week.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
I really like this chapter mainly because this is probably the last time for a while we're gonna see Kid Law and Luffy together for a bit. So it's kind of sad to see Law go. I'm gonna miss that guy. He's one of my favorite characters in the series, and we're gonna probably not see him for a while. So it's a little bittersweet. But we are also the first time in a while just doing shit. They're just going somewhere without knowing where the fuck they're going. It's been a while since we've done that in One Piece, actually. Can't remember. When was the last time they just decided to travel somewhere? Or, like, just choose a direction and go?
It's been a long time.
It's funny you mention that, because when they left Whole Cake Island, they had the express intent to go to Wano. and I don't think a log post had anything to do with it. I think they just
Yeah.
made it to Wano. They kind of did they address that?
Well, since Punk Hazard, they've had like a direct like path to path. Like once Punk Hazard was over, the next step was to go to Dressrosa. Then after that,
Dressrosa.
the part of the plan after that was to go to Zoe. And then the plan after that was to go to Wano. But then Sanji's whole cake adventure happened. That was not part of the plan. Um,
So the last time they just sailed in a direction was Punk Hazard.
yes.
Like they accidentally came across Punk Hazard.
yes.
Well, that was the next.
Well, whenever they go to a place, they aim to land somewhere. They just don't really know where they're going.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's how
so
the log
this is
post
the
works.
first
It always
time.
brings you to another island.
Yeah, this is the first time we're going to an island that we don't know where we're going to. Like
Yeah.
we just know we're going somewhere. And I like that. I miss that part of One Piece a little bit. And I'm kind of thinking it's between I'm of the opinion that we're not going to the giant land.
Ooh, you're not going to Elbaf.
I'm of the
Not right
opinion.
now.
Yeah, I think we're going to Lodestar actually.
What the hell's Lodestar?
You guys don't know about Lodestar?
I don't know about Lodestar.
Lodestar is another island in the New World that was mentioned before a long ass time ago. Let me see if I could find some information on
Lodestar,
it, because even I don't know much about it.
Why'd you bring it up
Um,
then? Smart guy.
Because it is an island that was brought up, as like a kind of important one.
Lodestar Island.
Oh, Lodestar is the second to last island on the Grand Line.
Oh,
Oh,
then I don't think they're
shit.
going there yet.
Yeah.
Because I think
That
they'd,
could be around there.
they'd have to skip. Because Law is going farther along. So technically,
Oh, so Law is probably going to Lodestar then.
he'd be closer to Lodestar than, at the very least, he'd be closer to Lodestar than Luffy and Kid would be.
Okay, so maybe he is going to Elbaf, but
Yeah, I can't see them not going to Elbaf. You know, it's just been such a built up place, very much like Wano. It's very like so integral to Usopp's character in particular. I would be surprised if we don't go to if we don't go to Elbaf.
all right. So I'll say this: I think the Pirate King race starts at Lodestar, though.
Probably, yeah.
So I think that's where all the emperors and all the Pirate King candidates and the Navy are going to show up in one place to
I wonder
begin
where
the race.
Blackbeard's territory is. Sorry to talk over you, but are you guys? Does anyone know like where Blackbeard's?
No,
Is it
territory
Pirate
is?
Island? It's Pirate Island, right, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's where he's chilling. That's I guess his main area. But you know,
But
the emperors have territories all over. It's not necessarily like a
right,
certain
kind of like how
area,
Big
yeah.
Mom had it. Technically, Fishman Island was her
Yeah.
territory too, right?
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
Whitebeard's before her. So yeah, it's not necessarily that they have like a section of the world to themselves. It's that they have a bunch of different islands under their belt in different places. But Brian, were those all your thoughts?
But yeah, there's that I'm looking forward to. You know, I think it would still be cool if Yamato isn't the one to join the crew and it's actually Mononosuke.
Right.
I still think that would be sick. And I feel like that might happen still here, but listen, that's just it all. That's just I'm just throwing that out there. It might not happen. It might happen, but still, yeah, I'm excited to see what's next for One Piece. Because now we're kind of in uncharted territories again. Pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this chapter, you know. It wasn't my urgency, I guess. It was just kind of like it was fine. I liked it. I liked the stuff that they were like teasing for. Obviously, seeing Buggy with the Cross Guild people with Crocodile and Mihawk, that was exciting. It's good to see Crocodile
Yeah.
again after so long. You know, we've seen little like silhouettes of him just chilling out there in the world, not really knowing what he's doing, but it's really cool to see him again, and under Buggy no less. It makes a little bit of sense. Honestly, I can buy weirdly enough, Crocodile with Buggy more than Mihawk with Buggy because they have history with Impel Down. Like they broke out of prison together, so there's like this little bit of history between them that I can see them maybe teaming up. I can't imagine that these people are taking orders from Buggy. I think they've just kind of like united because Buggy's got manpower and they're very strong themselves. And, together it'd probably be a better and more beneficial thing now that they're all wanted people. The bounty thing that they're doing is really cool. It's kind of badass, very crocodile like, I think. So respect on that, I guess. Yeah, not much to say about this one. I feel like, it's just establishing and building up for the next journey that we're going to go and embark on with the Straw Hats. So I'm more excited for 2 weeks from now when we get One Piece again. Jump is on break in general next week, so we won't be seeing any of this stuff. But I'm excited. It's made me excited. I imagine we're going to stay on Wano for like 2 more chapters maybe, and then we'll finally be out on the way to the next island phase, and I'm excited about that. But I don't have much else to say. So in that case, if there's no rebuttal, shall we move on?
I just wanted to say I looked up Blackbeard's island, Pirate Island, and it is in the New World. So there's that.
I would figure. All the 4 emperors. I think one of the requirements that they have to mostly be in the New World. But yeah,
except if you're Shanks and you're just for some reason in
Shanks,
the East Blue.
Shanks goes wherever the fuck he wants.
Shanks just